Singers, have you heard about these? It's a nebulizer. And I get bombarded with questions about nebulizers because they're kind of all the rage right now. And the basic questions are, what do they do? How is it different from steam? Which one should I buy? What do I put in it? How often and when should I use it? I'm going to answer these questions and more, so stick around. Hey there, this is John Henny. I'm the founder of VoiceSchool.com and the author of the Amazon bestseller, Beginning Singing. You can get a free PDF download of the book at the link below, so do check that out if you want to learn more about singing. All right, nebulizers. What do these things do? Well, essentially, a nebulizer is taking liquid from this holding area here and it's pushing it through mesh, very, very tiny holes. And as it's pushed through, it creates these tiny little particles. Now, how is this different from steam? Because it sure looks like steam. Well, steam, the liquid has to be heated and it's turned into a gas. In a nebulizer, there is no heat. It is pushed through at room temperature. It's the little holes that create the steam effect, and it makes the particles very, very small, so they're absorbed easily by the vocal cords and the vocal tract. Now, why would we use a nebulizer as opposed to steam? Isn't steam great for the voice? Well, it's not bad for the voice, but what researchers have found is nebulizers are far better. And in particular, you're going to put in this. This is 0.9% saline solution. This solution basically matches the saline content of our body, so it's more easily absorbed. And it also more effectively thins mucus on the vocal cords. Look, thick mucus makes it hard to talk, never mind sing. So we want to keep this mucus nice and thin. Now, drinking water and liquids, fantastic. We need to hydrate systemically for our health and for our vocal cords. But the nebulizer gives us an extra boost. Now, you can't use it in place of being properly hydrated, but when used together, it's really going to help your voice. When you're singing and your throat feels dry and the mucus is thick, so you reach for some water, it's too late. The water's not going to do anything for hours. It takes time to reach your vocal cords. When you swallow, you have this thing called the epiglottis, and it closes over and protects your lungs from food and drink. Your vocal cords sit below this level, so they're protected as well. If water touches your vocal cords, it's gone down the wrong way, and you cough. That is part of your vocal cords' biological job. They're the final gatekeeper to keep stuff out of your lungs. So the nebulizer is a way to get moisture directly on your vocal cords immediately. Now, which one should you buy? I have purchased nebulizers from $40 to well over $100. There are nebulizers that are marketed directly to singers. They all work. I've bought the expensive ones for singers. They worked great. And you can also purchase a custom case that it fits into. So if you do a lot of traveling, it's a great way to carry your nebulizer when you're on the road. But I go through these things. I use them a lot. And recently, I've been purchasing cheap ones on Amazon. What I look for is I look for a portable mesh nebulizer, and I want the ones that are rechargeable. I've purchased ones that you put your own batteries in, and they go through batteries like crazy. So it's much more convenient to just have the ones that you can charge. I always have more than one nebulizer at a time. I keep them in my different practice areas in my house. And so I always have a nebulizer near me. So I can't give you a brand name because the ones on Amazon, the cheap ones, when I go to buy another one, they're gone. They're discontinued, and some other manufacturer is selling the same basic model under a different name. So just go see what's on sale. Just make sure it's a portable mesh nebulizer that's rechargeable. Now, how do you use and when do you use a nebulizer? I use nebulizers starting in the morning. My voice is a little dry. I just turn it on and you just breathe it in. There's no secret to it. They'll come with different attachments and masks and mouthpieces. I don't bother with those. I just breathe it in directly. Now, sometimes they'll stop working. And what's usually happened is water condensation has accumulated on the little mesh thing there. So I will just blow it out and then it tends to work great again. Also, make sure that you keep it clean. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations. What I do is I will heat water to about 135 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will put it in and run that water through the nebulizer. I will use the nebulizer for a few minutes in the morning, and then when I go to practice, I'll do it for about 5 minutes before I start my teaching session or practice session. And then I will use the nebulizer throughout. When I'm taking a quick break with my voice, because you don't want to sing consistently, you want to give yourself little breaks when you're working your voice, I will breathe the mist of the nebulizer. They work really well. And the key benefits you're going to get from it, number one, it's going to thin the mucus. Again, thick mucus can interrupt the vibration of our vocal cords. Also, and this is incredibly important, it's going to drop the phonation threshold pressure, or PTP. Now, phonation threshold pressure is a fancy science way of saying how much pressure does it take to get your vocal folds to phonate or start making sound. And the amount of pressure underneath the vocal cords that it takes, we want that to be as low as possible. We want our vocal cords to very easily go into vibration. Even for big, high notes, we want the amount of pressure to be low. And you can feel this for yourself. If you can buzz your lips like a trumpet player, go ahead and wipe them dry. That takes more pressure for me to do this. I have to put more energy behind my lips, as opposed to if you lick your lips, easier. So that value, that PTP being lower, it will make it easier to sing. You're going to feel less strain. It really does work. Now, it's not a miracle cure. You still have to work on your vocal technique. You still have to practice, but professional singers, they know about this. Voice teachers know about this, and now you know about this. So let me know how it goes. Grab yourself a cheap mesh nebulizer. Get yourself the Saline solution. I get the Saline solution on Amazon. It's 0.9%, and this is 5 milliliters. You can get a box of 100 for, it's under $30 still. Used to be like $20. At the time of this recording, I think it's gone up a few dollars, but a box of 100 will last me at least a month or more, 6 weeks. And I use it quite a lot. So it's not a huge investment. It'll work wonders for your voice. So happy singing. We'll talk soon.